Alright, listen, thanks everyone for coming along. This is about feeling alive, and well, the first thing I'll say to you, if you're not alive, you probably wouldn't be here, so you're a little bit there on the aliveness index, as they call it. And I was thinking earlier, how would I kind of gauge, because the intention is that you'll be feeling a lot more alive by the time you leave this room in half an hour's time or 40 minutes time. So how are we going to prove that to you, or how are you going to prove that to yourselves? So I've just come up with an aliveness index. So before we start, we're going to see how alive this group is, not individuals, because we won't embarrass anyone. Not feeling alive, on a scale of 1 to 100, not feeling alive starts at 0, or starts at 1. If you're 0, you're dead, or you're not dead. Right? So you're 1. Once there's a 1, there's a little bit of aliveness in it. And 100, I'm not even sure what 100 is like, because ultimately, totally feeling 100% alive, I don't think I've ever felt it. If somebody else has, I'd like to talk to you. I would imagine it's a feeling of total aliveness in every cell in your body. You can feel everything tingling. You're aware of everything that's happening around you, and there's just nothing there's no fear. It's a total 100% aliveness. Can we even imagine what that might be like? So just to give us an idea of where we are at, or where we are now, I'm going to check the aliveness index of this group now on a scale of 1 to 100. I better check, can I do this, can I do this, may I do this, and should I do this? That's a yes, by the way, and it always goes that way. So, okay, let's be ready. Hold tight. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 100, with 100 being fully, totally, completely alive, where is this group's level of aliveness at this time? Is it more than 10? That's a yes. More than 20? Yeah. More than 30? More than 40? More than 35? 36? 37? 136? That's good. That's good going, yeah. You're a third of the way there, so congratulations. So in looking at aliveness, it's also, I think, first of all, to look at what not being alive is, or not feeling full of life. So our thoughts, our words, and our actions can indicate to us how alive or not alive we are. So let's start at the bottom and say, how many of you have ever said or heard somebody say, I'm feeling miserable, I'm feeling terrible, I'm feeling awful, I'm feeling wretched. And if you even speak those words to yourself, you'll notice that, and that's only speaking, if you put, and usually people, their heads down and their body language. This is terrible. This is miserable, isn't it? It's awful. If I keep going, it's terrible. It's awful. It's miserable. It's horrible. It's wretched. You'll only be feeling terrible, awful, miserable, and wretched very quickly. And experiments have been done where they've, in classrooms or even in universities where, one student was kind of to go outside the door, for the next few days everyone else had to tell them they were looking terrible and were they not well, what was wrong with them. And they were sick within a few days. So your thoughts, other people's thoughts, your words, what you say, what other people say, and your actions and how you carry yourself and how other people carry yourself impact you and impact everybody else around you. So what's stopping us, or what's stopping you from feeling alive? More alive than you already are. You're all alive, we established that one. Yeah, I think we established that earlier on. So what's stopping us from feeling more alive, or what's stopping you from feeling more alive? If it's somebody else, is it your children, is it your parents, is it your partner, is it your spouse, is it somebody you work with? Are they really stopping you from feeling alive, from being alive? Or is it yourself? I would say to you, and I would say to you now, that the only person that's stopping you doing anything is yourself. So the only person who can start you doing anything is yourself. Excellent. And if you're not feeling alive, so we're 36% alive, is that what we said? 36% alive. So that means we're 64% of what? Not alive, yeah, I think we summed that up, yeah. So there's some parts of us that are not alive, or dead, if you want. We say not alive.
Well,
not alive. They're asleep maybe, would that? No, well, you can be alive, you can be alive in a sleep, so. Yeah, okay. So that part of yourself, one way to start feeling more alive is to cut out or eliminate what's not making you feel alive. So what is it in your life that might be dragging you down, making you feel miserable or tired or wretched or fed up or whatever it is? Maybe you don't know what it is, but most of us have it. I think if we didn't have something, well then we probably wouldn't be here on Earth at this time anyway. We'd probably be floating off there in some spirit world, you know, being fully, totally enlightened and totally alive. So one first thing to do is to find out, if you can, what it is. And that's a lot easier said than done, I can tell you. We know we're not right, but oh, Jesus, I don't know what it is. I can't explain it, or I'm feeling a bit low or whatever it is. So. And that's okay, because the first step is awareness of how you're feeling. If you're not aware of how you're feeling, well then you're not going to be able to do anything about it. So awareness. And awareness starts now. With yourself. Here and now with yourself. So let's just focus on awareness, because awareness happens in the present moment. So this moment is significant for how aware you are and how alive you are. So let's bring it into the room. It's significant that I'm here talking. It's significant that you're sitting. It's significant who you're sitting beside. I've said this in other talks. It's significant who you're sitting in front of. It's significant who you're sitting behind. And it's significant that you're in a room here at the Mind Body Spirit event in the audience. So now we have an awareness of where we are. And your awareness gets heightened when you pause to consider it. And in pausing to consider it, it actually becomes more heightened, because now we can hear voices like the car. And we can hear there's something buzzing or humming. I don't know. Maybe it's in my head, but there is something there is something buzzing or humming. So once you become aware of where you are at and where, then you have some place to start. There's some place to start. And actually buzzing reminds me, I think it said in the speech at the top that you get a buzz from life, or you want to get a buzz from life. And show me somebody who does. Put up your hands who doesn't want to get a buzz from life, who doesn't want to feel alive. Okay. We all do. We all want to feel more alive. And there are some ways that are practical ways of doing that, and there are some ways that are, let's say, impractical, but a bit more extreme, for want of a better word. So, when have you felt more alive? Sometimes laughter makes us feel more alive. I don't know if I know any good jokes, you know. I don't know a good joke. Okay, I tell a bad joke, and so then my kids always complain about my jokes because they don't laugh at them, you know. Anyway, this man was in bed with his wife, and the doorbell rang at 3 o'clock in the morning. And Jesus, who's coming to the market this hour in the morning? And he said, I didn't think I'd go down, you know. And he says, eventually I said, will you go down and see who it is, you know? So we went down and this guy was at the door, you know, and he says, I'm in a bit of bother. He says, would you be able to give me a push? You know? He says, well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. He says, would you go in? And he closed the door in his face and went back upstairs, and the wife says, who was it? Some fella looking for a push. He says, geez, who do you think he is? You know, and he got back into bed and she says, geez, you never know, you could be in trouble some night now, you could be looking for a push, and you know, you could knock on a stranger's door, like, and so she got him into feeling right guilty. He says, look, sure, I'll go down anyway, sure. So he went down, opened the door, no sign of her man. He shouts out into the darkness, he says, hello, are you still there? This voice listens to him, yes, I am. He says, do you still want that push? He says, I do. He says, where are you? He says, I'm over here on the swing, he says. So, okay, we got laughing a bit then. Okay. Feel any little bit more alive. We won't measure it, but a little bit more. The other thing that is going to make you feel more alive on a physical level is activity, a bit of exercise. Gets the hormones going. Start dancing. Go for it. Do something that makes you a little bit breathless. I don't know how you're going to do it, but if you do it, get the blood going. Really, go for a walk in nature. It makes you feel more. I don't know whether we could practice that here or not. Can everyone here stand up? Stand up. If I say stand up, will you stand up? Stand up? If you can't, it's okay if it's too much trouble, because you're going to have to sit down now when I say sit down. Sit down. Sit down? Sit down? Okay, we do it a few times and see. No, but you do it quicker now. Stand up.